Hey y'all, what's up? What's up? It's your girl here, MJ's Nia. Welcome to the channel. So yes, there's a lot I want to discuss. I'm gonna first start off with Ice Spice and her alleged ex best friend, but she's clearly in the picture with her, so it has to be her ex best friend. Excuse me. And I'm also gonna get into rappers and selling concerts. This has been a topic that people have been talking about, and I just want to give my viewpoints on it, and I want to hear from you guys as well in the comments so we can have a good discussion about it. So let's start off with Ice Spice, right? So Ice Spice alleged ex best friend exposes their old text. So Baby Storm, if you guys don't know her, she was caught up in some type of, I don't know if I'm, so let me give you a quick mini history on the Target and Baby Storming thing. So Target employee called racist for calling cops on flash mob that tried to film dance video in the store. More than a dozen people showed up uninvited to Target and began filming a dance video. Prop and security called police. The event was organized by Baby Storm, an internet personality and would-be pop star. A Target employee seen above told the group that he would call the police. The security agent told the group that filming a video in the store posed a safety hazard. Even after security asked the group to stop, they continued singing and dancing. Baby Storm, who has tens of thousands of followers on social media, was slammed for calling the employee racist. There you go. The Target and Baby Storm fiasco, chaos, or whatever you want to call it. Back to the original video. I'll play a clip or show pictures. I don't know which one yet. But I kind of know her, Baby Storm. She got caught in some type of, we say, I don't know, not scandal, fake news. I don't know what you want to call it. But she basically went to Target and she said that Target was being racist towards her. But come to find out, she was trying to do a flash mob dance inside of Target. It was just a whole bunch of, drama and issue around that with what she said. So that's what I remember Baby Stormy from. She is not innocent in no shape or way or form at all. So I just want to bring that out. So before I start reading these tweets. So anyway, she says, the next person to be exposed will be my ex best friend, Isis, or as y'all know her, Ice Spice. I don't know Cleo's Twitter to tag her, but I know she'll see this. Cleo always knew Isis wasn't a real friend. She may not want to speak up now, but she knows, and Cleo is Nigerian as well. So this is somebody else that was a friend with them as well. She knows Ice Spice. So this is Ice Spice. It says, we'll probably end up getting a Chick-fil-A. Exactly. And me and her either, to be honest, we need a chill day. Okay, so studio, then Chick-fil-A, then back to your hotel. And what time am I getting there? Is too good to the studio? I mean, yeah, text me before you come to make sure I'm still there. Isis did everything in her power to make sure my career would never take off. She did everything you could possibly think of and more, but I'm not afraid of her anymore. This is the truth. EJ Wright is her producer and her boyfriend since 2019. He was the real mastermind behind her career and the one who pushed her to rap. She cheated on him with TJ and then rapped about it on their song together. If you don't believe me, just go back and read the lyrics to Gangsta Boo. But this time, read carefully. They were talking about him. She knows no loyalty, not even to the only person who has always been there for her, Riot. And it says, I should cheat on you with TJ in 2022 and lie to your face about it. Then she had to audaciously sing about it on Gangsta Boo, the song you produced. Asked her about it. She was in love with him for almost a year. I'm sorry. It happened the night she slept in TJ's bed while you were in the house. I'm guessing she's messaging him, right? Yeah, right, USA? Wow, okay. Then it says Lotto rose to fame because of her talent and talent only. Isis rose to fame because she told her so. She knew she would never have a fraction of the amount of talent Lotto has, So she attacked her purpose to get Nicki featured so Barb's return on Lotto. The Barb's return on Lotto. I'm trying to read as much as I can before I get into the real juicy tea. She attacked her on purpose to get a Nicki feature on so the Barbs would turn on Lotto. It hurt her because Lotto is a rapper and they have the same fan base, but I'm not a rapper, so the Barbs can't touch my career. I mean, to be honest, baby Storm, I don't think nobody really checking for you, so you don't have to worry about that. So I don't know if I'll find it, but there is some messages about Doechii as well. She not just only talked about, allegedly talking about Nicki Minaj, but she also been talking about other people as well. But yeah, let's get into this. It says, did she do more, or do you feel like that's what okay, or do you just feel like that's what's best? No, it's that plus she wants publishing from all my songs, including third party writing competitions. So anything I write for other people or any songs I get on, mind you, I had a Taylor Swift collab before I had the Nicki one. So the blue is Baby Storm, and the black part is Ice Spice. Just to let you guys know, okay? Is the Taylor collab coming out? And yes, I don't know. I mean, did your mom do more annoying shit, or did you just feel like a break was necessary? She calls Nicki Minaj mom. Just to let you guys know. Also, bro, now that I'm thinking about it, what you're saying makes a lot of sense. I think we're forgetting that when Nicki was coming up, the deals people were getting at the time, early 2000s, weren't artist friendly at all. Literally not until recently. So to us, she's asking for too much, but because she's probably used to seeing labels take more, she feels like it's more than fair. It's not right, but she's much older, which is why she feels that way. Not right at all, though. And that's basically what she's saying, because she keeps saying, oh, when Wayne was signing me, I didn't ask questions, blah blah. But me and her are in different places in our career when that happened. Like, I'm already signed, so why would I work backwards? And nah, it's just necessary. Like, she gaslights me too much. I gotta love her from a distance for my mental health. This is the best way I can describe it. Nicki is those people who believe that kids today shouldn't get student loan forgiveness because they had to pay for it back when they went. Okay, that's kind of interesting that she used the student loan forgiveness. Okay, but mind you, we wanted to pay Nicki, if that makes sense. Her artist fee, yes, 100%. I think she's jealous that I own all my masters because she said, James, you think you the man and think you so cool in the interview. I don't know why she mentioned that. What? And James, the one that I said I own my masters in the Billboard interview, is giving jealous 100%. It's actually sad. She's showing it so much. Like my mom wanting to rap. Oops, Ice Spice former friend. Someone post mentions of Ice Spice alleged calling Nicki Minaj ungrateful and delusional. Good morning, Barbs. As promised, this is how Isis really feel about your evil queen, Nicki Minaj. Ungrateful and delusional, just like y'all enjoyed. Okay, so hopefully it's on this page where she says it. Alright. How the call in yesterday on a good note, open-minded again. But then James called me with the Nicki's old manager of 11 years, and he said she was being unfair, asking for too much. Which is what everyone's been telling me, but it's hard to negotiate with her because she doesn't let people talk like lawyers or James, etc. Just woke up. That's just so annoying, bro. Does she just not realize that she's asking for too much? No, she doesn't think so at all. So frustrating. Do you think you guys will be able to come a compromise? Hopefully, but we're about to put out another record in June for the Barbie soundtrack, which is an opportunity I brought her. Just woke up. That's just so annoying, bro. Does she just not realize that she's asking for too much? No, she doesn't think so at all. So frustrating. Do you think? Okay, so this is the same thing. So why is this a cutoff? Oh, this is the part right here where she says, which is an opportunity I brought her. Keep that in mind, because Barbie asked me to do it alone, but since that's her brand, I invited her on, and she doesn't even see that as me bringing her something. She's kind of like my mom, ungrateful and delusional. I caught her off, but whatever, not speaking to her till January. So I wanted to first talk about the masters. I know on Reddit they're talking, have a discussion too about Baby Storme exposes messages with Ice Spice about Nicki Minaj calling her delusional and jealous. Jealous. Let me read this down here to you guys. It says, I haven't really been following the drama, but Ice Spice seems completely reasonable in these. So, yeah, at least in this portion, Ice Spice comes off as a reasonable in terms of not wanting to give up her masters to Nicki. Now, that's totally that is true. She was venting to her friend. I get it. That's supposed to be her close best friend allegedly, and she's now exposing, Ice Spice, and I that's why I show y'all that video of her being messy in Target with calling the employee a racist. So Baby Storm doesn't look innocent in this at all. I am still looking at her sideways, but the reason why I'm looking at Ice Spice sideways is because of the Masters thing. I saw a lot of YouTubers and a lot of people were talking about heavy on it at the beginning, and I might be wrong, and it was talking about that Nicki Minaj, is allowing people to keep their masters. So I don't know how true this is. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know. So and then like I state, I am going to bring out that she too was supposed to be signing with with Drake. I don't know I don't know what happened with that. We have no clue. But another thing too I wanted to bring out, she talked about they came to her first. And they wanted only her, and then I think she said something about they came to her first to get the song, do the Barbie soundtrack. I don't know about that. So this is what, according to Forbes, this is what they said about coming to who first on that. I was a little shocked that she said that. It says George, the music supervisor who played a vital role in putting together the Barbie soundtrack, revealed during a recent interview, we always wanted Nicki Minaj. He was part of the team responsible for recruiting the artist and ensuring the seamless complications of album, making it not only a star. And they went to several artists for the Barbie soundtrack. And I know one of them was Nicki Minaj. I don't know if he went to her first or after, Ice Spice, but they always wanted Nicki Minaj on the track. It just makes sense because, she likes the Barbie, and Barbie is a part of her, her brand. So it always makes sense for Nicki Minaj to be a part of this. Ice Spice, I barely even knew you. I only knew you in 2023. So I don't really know too much about you. No disrespect, but you're not the biggest star here. It was Nicki Minaj. So it makes sense to go to her first. And the reason why I said that, because of this interview. Let me play this for you guys.
As the OG Barb, which is, again, another iconic moment, was it an immediate yes for you?
Well, I would not with the songs, but I knew I would love to be a part of it. But there were a couple songs first I didn't. And then I heard this song, Barbie, and I told the person via text, I said, I didn't even want to listen to the song because a lot of people have sent me that sample for years, and I never like it. So the next day, I mustered up the courage to listen to the song, and then I loved the beat, and that sold me, and that's all I needed.
Magic. Last question for you real quick before you have to get out of here. The song is...
So yeah, when she comes here and it says, I'll put my mouse underneath it, I don't know if you can see it, but when she comes here and says, hopefully, but we're about to put out another record in June for the Barbie soundtrack, which an opportunity I brought to her. No, I don't think you brought that to her, sweetie. And I'm bringing this out because I'm going to talk about this later on about concerts and about why people are not going to concerts because of how the rappers are the young, up and new and coming artists right now. And I know people always been arrogant, but now the newer artists are just blatantly, they just show how arrogant they are and they don't care. I don't know if y'all remember this. I don't know, this tweet that okay, so here it is. I found it on Reddit. Thank you, Reddit. So I wanted to bring this out. This is a post. I think this happened on Twitter, and this was between somebody who was trying to give criticism to Ice Spice about her performance. So this is what it's about. Ice Spice responds to criticism about her stage presence. Weird to go straight to shaming someone's appearance, especially when they look perfectly fine, when all they said was you need to work on your stage presence. It's been a topic of discussion for a while, but it seems like this is Ice Spice's way of saying she doesn't care. So while we're being constructive, she posts this girl's picture. So right here it says, either let her work with someone who can help her with her performing and stage presence, or send her back to the Bronx, please. Ice Spice performs Thank You the Ish, for the first time at Spotify Best New Artist event, which I'm gonna be honest with you, that song was not good. I actually like her other songs. They were better than this. I didn't care too much for this song. I like her Deli and the Munchongs more than this song. And then this is her response back to the young lady. So I'm bringing this out because it's not just, I don't look at Ice Spice as somebody innocent, and I don't look at somebody at Baby Storm. I've said this before. I bring out, everything. And I've also bring out things that Nicki Minaj have done in the past too as well. But Nicki Minaj has a fan base. Baby Storm and Ice Spice are still building up their fan base. So that's why I want to bring this out, that as an artist, you still have to be careful out here. You got to be careful who you're talking to. You got to be careful how you're responding to people out here, because these things can be used against you later on. So we're going to discuss later on about the concerts and why they're not selling, and why a lot of people sometimes they just want to do festivals instead and see all this, artists, instead of just paying for one to just go see one artist. We'll discuss that later on in the video. All right, so the part where she said that this is all allegedly, y'all. So we don't know if this is true or not. People can fake text messages. I'm gonna put that out there. The part where that gets me is, I remember when people were talking about, when they first started talking about Ice Spice. She came out of nowhere. She came from TikTok. They basically, a lot of people think that she is an industry plant. She came out of nowhere. There's no history of music of her on YouTube until after she got pushed, right? She went to Drake. I don't know what was the situation with Drake. That didn't work out. Let me see if I can find an interview.
Drake, shame on you.
Drake unfollowed you afterward.
He did. I don't know why though.
And when the host said you should not have done that, she said it's okay, it's all love.
Drake shouldn't have done that. He's out here.
It's all love.
Aw, that's not nice, Drake. Now why would you do that? But she's definitely still following him, so at least it's no hard feelings on her end. But too bad he's in his feelings. Now, that was a few weeks ago, but fast forward and Drake is coming at everybody. Everybody getting shots. And guess what, y'all? He sent one to Ice Spice as well.
She a 10, trying to rap, it's good on mute.
And if you missed that bar, he's basically saying that she's better on mute and that she can't rap. Wow. And she has responded to it. She tweeted, at least I'm a 10. Wow. And at least she knew that it was about her. But guess what? She does not care because she's...
This was an interview that she did. It was about, her and Drake. And the reason why her and Drake came up, because she was supposed to be signed to his label. And something happened with that. I don't know what happened with it. I don't know. People are still trying to figure that one out. Next thing you know, she was supposed to be signed to Nicki Minaj, and now we're finding out why she's not signed to Nicki Minaj because of the text messages. And everybody's saying that her right, which is we're finding out that is her boyfriend. He's the one that's in charge over her label. Over her music, whatever, like the manager and whatnot. And he took her to somebody else. And she's talking about, she wanted a big, like Nicki Minaj wanted a big percentage or whatever. Let me tell y'all something. Taylor Swift is literally rewriting all of her songs. Scooter Braun would not release Taylor Swift music. He bought the company that she was underneath, and he still refused to give her rights to her songs. She literally has to rewrite them over. That's anybody out here when it comes to music. That's, right now the money is not money, like everybody is saying. Hollywood is broke and people are going to get their money, okay? And I hope she knows whoever she's with, they're getting a good chunk of it too. She probably is not seeing it. She's probably seeing all her money right now, but they're getting a good chunk of her money as well, because we're finding out the people who are singing and rapping that's up and coming right now, they might look like they may have a lot more money. They do have a lot more money than us, but they're struggling too as well, you know, to make ends meet. Their struggling is different from our struggling, from the working class and the middle class. Is different. They are making more money than us, but they can be making more. But how things are going after 2020, everybody is struggling. That's why everybody is pushing out music. That's why everybody is going on concert. So speaking of concert, and I want to start off with Ice Spice because this kind of can hurt her in the future. Before I go into the concert, this kind of can hurt her in the future. She's gonna lose some fans behind this because, you know, the Barbs were saying that something was up with between her and Nicki Minaj. She's been shouting out Nicki Minaj on her, you know, giving her shout outs and shout outs all this year, and Nicki Minaj is not paying attention to her. So yeah, a lot of people been kind of paying attention to that you know Nicki Minaj is not bringing her out on tour. So I just want to bring that out. So this is going to, like I state, it's going to hurt her in the long run, in the future, because she now, what's going on between her and her boyfriend Riot? Does he believe this? Is he going to stick beside her? So I don't know what's going to happen with Ice Spice. I'm not sure. Let me know what you think down below. But we're going into the concert talk. So before I go any further, I know I'm supposed to be going into the concert talk. About Baby Storm, I'm going to leave this link down below. It's going to tell you pretty much everything that's going on with her and why a lot of people are saying don't believe her. That's why I say I have to say allegedly. But I am kind of giving Ice Spice the side eye a little bit. But anyway, this is allegedly. This is a rumor. We don't, like I said, people can generate text messages. But this is like a timeline of Baby Stormy, and she says some very quite interesting things. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this timeline down here for you guys so you guys can get an idea, because she kind of reminded me of Azalea Banks a little bit. So yeah, I'll leave this timeline a link down below in the description box so you can see for yourself. So Megan Thee Stallion divides fans with low ticket prices, but there might be a catch. I didn't want it to talk about this. I actually was trying to avoid it, but the conversation came up about the $24 ticket prices on Ticketmaster. This is why I brought out Ice Spice, because this probably might hurt her fan base, and who knows what's going to happen in the future with her concerts. So social media reacts to Megan Thee Stallion selling Hot Girl Summer tickets for $24. Megan Thee Stallion is now selling tickets for $24 on her Hot Girl Summer tour. Look closely. I believe the blue is the area where there's still seats are left, and then the gray are not. Let me know if I'm wrong. Still showing it says, due to low demand, global superstar and Grammy winner Megan Thee Stallion has reduced the price of her tickets to $24 and even given away some for free. Ain't nothing wrong with affordable tickets at all. They acting like it's better to spend hundreds on concert tickets. That's what I'm saying. I was at a drag, LOL. I wish I could have seen Beyonce for $24. Keep on dreaming. You will never see Beyonce for $24. I'm just keeping it 100. She's a Grammy winner. She should be able to sell out or at least fill up to 85% capacity. Specifically with a small arena, this is what happens when you only care about making hits and not history. Y'all can go ahead. I'll put a link down here below so y'all can read it more for yourself. So it just goes on and on and on. People are having a back and forth on this. Okay, that's all I can say. They're going back and forth on this ticket, and I try to avoid it, but I'm not going to just talk about her. I'm going to talk about several rappers on ticket sales. Okay, so all right, so remember a while back, she got number one, right? So let me go down here. She said, thank you, God. Thank you, Mama Holly. Thank you to everyone that took the time out of their week to go hard and make this happen. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm so grateful. Like, his is number one. Thank you for running. Which, congratulations to her. She did make number one, but it's weird because Billboard and Forbes were messy, and they literally came back and said that she was the only reason why she made number one was because of Nicki Minaj. Yeah, Nicki Minaj. And I said this already that Nicki Minaj ranting and raving got a lot of people to go and support Megan Thee Stallion. So I blame Nicki Minaj for that. That's on her. And like I stated, his did had a better beat with it, but it was not a diss track towards Nicki Minaj. She basically was talking about everybody in her song. And Nicki Minaj had made a diss track that wasn't really too good. It could have been a little bit stronger. Bigfoot wasn't that good in my opinion. But like I stated, I had liked both of the songs, but it is what it is. And Megan Thee Stallion got number one. So I remember, I think weeks later, I don't know how many months or weeks later, it says Megan Thee Stallion produced a new song titled Toxic. Right, so that's her previewing her music. It says, I'm going to politely sit this one out, meaning I'm going to skip it every time it plays. I see is back to the money, broke, puh routine. Oh my god, they're not the same song again. One flow. Oh, we'll be streaming. Some people said they'll be streaming. People said boring. Hated it. Next. I swear I love Megan, so don't get mad when I say this, but if she just switched up her flow, she would for real stop back. Like, she really don't know her potential at all. All her music sounds the same. So this is the thing that they said with Megan. And I've said this, Megan is she's very strong at rapping, freestyling. I love to hear her freestyle. But I do tend to notice she has a one flow. I also tend to notice her fan base is mostly online. And I said this when I was talking about her beef between her and Nicki Minaj. You guys really have to start supporting people. You guys cannot just start supporting people just online. Y'all really have to go out and support people. It doesn't make any sense for her to have her music, it doesn't make any sense for her to have her music go down to her concert to go down to $24. She needs to, I understand people are saying, oh, I wish I can go see Beyonce for $24. But you guys don't understand. The artist has to they're paying for all the setup for the concert. She's paying for all of that. Her and the label or whatever. She has to make a bag too. Like, to me, it's just disrespectful that she has to get it down to $24 because nobody's buying her tickets. And I'm talking to the people who said that they're huge fans of Megan Thee Stallion. If you guys are huge fans of her, her concert tickets, shouldn't be going down to $24. That's what I'm just saying. And I said this so many times on this channel. You guys y'all only support people when they're in beats. If y'all don't like a certain person, then y'all go run and support the other person and get them number one, but y'all are not going to their concerts. Y'all not buying their music, and it's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous to me. JT, she had club tours, and people were like, club tours? Like, why is she doing solo club tours, and why is it just at clubs? Why should she go to arena so you guys can pick at her how the way you guys are picking at Megan Thee Stallion? Why? Like, y'all literally are picking at people. Like, this is what I want to talk about. Like, y'all really picking at people because they're going to clubs, having club tours, and people are reducing their prices. They don't have a choice because y'all not supporting them. They're still up and coming. And I think with in JT case, that's another story. She has to start over because of you know who. Carisha, please. But that's another story. But that's another story, another video. But these up and coming artists, they are struggling like this because they don't have the support. And I said this in my videos all the time when I make this content. I'm for the girls, but I can't be the only one that just go around and just buy all these tickets or whatnot. Other people too have to do their part too as well. If you claim that you are a big fan of these people, I'm talking about people who are big, huge fans, go support these people. Megan did this challenge of who had the best wannabe challenge video. I didn't felt like she was really supporting her promoting her concert really well. Please, up and coming rappers, support your concert. This is cool and all if you want to do wannabe challenge and shake your booty. Like that's what everybody was doing. I want to pause it because I might have to blur this all out. But this is what I'm saying. Like, someone basically was telling me, my friend, she's like, this is what Megan Thee Stallion is basically known for. Twerking online. And they were doing this because to hype up the song that she had made. I think this with Glorilla and Megan Thee Stallion Wanna song. To hype it up so people can go watch it. The music video or stream it. They have to do all of this, and people are like, why are they shaking their butt like this? To get people attention on their music, because nobody's really paying attention to these up and coming artists. Like, that's what I'm saying. A lot of artists out here are struggling when it comes to music. I'm talking about music. If you think I'm lying, let's talk about Offset. So I'm gonna play some of these videos of people literally saying how Offset is struggling to sell tickets. I'm gonna play some of these for you, and let me know what your thought on this.
Offset is allegedly struggling to sell concert tickets after headlining his first solo tour, right? So Offset is doing his first headliner where it's just him, and you know the ticket sales ain't moving like they supposed to, right? And I don't believe this is just an Offset thing. We're seeing that with a lot of artists. They're struggling to sell tickets. People are basically trying to save their money for festivals where they can see more than one artist. Instead of paying money to go see one, you go to one of them festival joints, you can see a lot of artists, right? We've seen the same problem with Lil Baby. He was struggling to sell tickets a little bit. But I believe Offset, his problem, I believe, is more like he hasn't really been solo for that long, right? He hasn't really built his solo fan base up that long, because I don't believe Migos will have any problems selling tickets. I believe people won't have no problem going to see the Migos. I'm talking about, if Takeoff was still here, RP to the brother, but Migos, they gonna sell, right? But Offset solo is different. But hey, the brother's doing his first solo headlining, you know what I'm saying, for his little tour. Offset's first solo.
Like, the jokes are writing themselves. I really don't know what Cardi and Offset got into with the Illuminati that they're cursing them this bad. But the downfall of Cardi B and Offset is going to go down in history as one of the most pathetic, most clout-chasing couples of all time. And I cannot believe that we're all finally here to witness it.
Hey, Pookie Pop, so walk with me real quick, just real quick. So y'all want to talk about Nicki and her shit not being sold out, which all of her shit has been sold out so far. So I don't know where y'all getting that lie from. But girl, you can't even sell out arenas, girl. You doing theaters. Like, girl, what? And the max capacity is 4,000 people. And then you selling them for $16. Girl, Ball Arena, I just want to let y'all know y'all shady for this. Y'all make sure that y'all put in the sold out show. Mind you, the capacity for the Ball Arena is 21,000. The jokes write themselves. Like, y'all talk so much shit about Nicki, but y'all can't sell out arenas, though. Forget stadiums. Look at how fast she sold Atlanta out. If she would have just did like the Superdome, everybody could fit in the Superdome. She wouldn't have to do 2 days. But maybe next tour she'll do stadiums, because Nicki would eat in stadiums. No shade. Like, she need to realize that she is global, international. She can eat in a stadium. She's just like Beyonce. No shade. She's just like Beyonce. We ain't gonna be fake about it. Come on now. The impact is just like Beyonce's now.
You have to give these people a show.
So according to theguardian.com, it talks about, ticket pricings. It breaks down how much what you're paying for, what your ticket is cost, and then it also breaks down what the artist is paying. So this is what I mentioned earlier about Megan Thee Stallion. Like, this is very important that they make their money back, because this is what the artists have to pay. The artist share then has to cover its own mini economy. The act will have their own crew, roadies, sound engineers, lighting crew, catering, touring manager, back singers, extra musicians, dancers, and so on, as well as transport trucks. What else they said on here? Oh, and this is one thing I want to bring out. One huge act manager reportedly said it cost them $750,000 a day to be on the road, whether they were playing a show or not. Talking of which, don't forget that the manager also needs their cut of the band's share, normally 15% to 20%. So this is why I said this is very important that the artists do make money from this. And so when I see people, talking about, oh, I wish I can go see Beyonce for $24. The disrespect, like, y'all don't think these people need to eat too? Y'all don't think they need to pay people? They have to pay people as well. They're paying for the concert as well. All these people that I just named, these people too have to get some money. Yeah, Offset might make some money, but they can make more if people would physically go out and support them. But like I state, when you bring this up, a lot of people say, oh, I'm a fan of Megan Thee Stallion, I'm a hottie, I'm a fan of Lotto. But when they're having these concerts, people are not showing up. And if they are showing up, it's because the ticket is cut price. It's cut down so low, or they're giving out free tickets. I'm just saying you're hurting the artist's wallet, and that's what I'm bringing out. Okay, so I just want people to see that this is not just a Megan Thee Stallion thing. That's why I mentioned Ice Spice again earlier. Like, you don't need to be losing fans, and you need to be careful how the way you're talking to your ex-friends and how you talk with people, because this can hurt your career. Whereas people be like, you know what? Look, I'm not going to just go look at Ice Spice perform. I'm going to go to a festival like the first guy over here was dating. Everybody wants to see. And I'm getting to that point too. Like, I would rather go to a festival and see everybody, instead of just going to see one person at a time, especially people who are not really focusing on their music or promoting it very well, or arguing with their fan bases, and et cetera, et cetera. So somebody made an interesting point on this channel, and I want to play something for you guys. So this fan exposes why rappers are struggling to sell tickets. This was 8 months ago. So this has been a talk, and I've been wanting to talk about this for a long time, that the up and coming artists are really struggling to sell music. And I just want to put that out there. I noticed that other artists too, like Dua Lipa, they said that she's on her flop era. So I just want to bring it out. It's not just, the black entertainers who are singers and rappers, but also other artists too are kind of flopping as well. So I want to bring that out. So I'm just exposing, some, talking about the rappers, what's going on with the rappers right now. But yeah, let me play this for you.
Up here on stage, hey, I'm gonna let them get some real quick. I didn't pay $200 to see these niggas. Who is these niggas? Who is he? Who are they? You need to rap. DIY. So on YouTube, I was looking around, getting suggested content, and I was suggested a video that had an interesting title by a YouTuber called I Used to Be Paid. The title was, I'm glad rappers are struggling to sell tickets. Now, my first initial thought was this must be a struggling rapper, mad as hell at the music industry. There's a lot of those. He's not a struggling rapper. He's actually a fan of music, a concert goer, someone who's willing to invest X amount of money to go support mainstream rappers. I used to be paid. Why would you say such a thing?
I'm kind of glad that these rappers' tours are not selling very well. I'm glad that some of these artists are having to cancel their shows. And that may just sound like hating, and maybe it is, but I'm not really trying to come from a place of hating. This is more me coming from a place of a lot of these rappers really need to be brought back to reality. A lot of them really need sort of a reality check, and this is their reality check.
There's been a few different mainstream artists that have booked these arena tours, and the ticket sales have not even justified them going to the city anymore. So there's people getting refunds left and right, and they're making these decisions the day of sometimes, And a lot of fans are left disappointed because this is the only time they'll get to see their favorite artist during the year.
Rappers have gotten way too comfortable as of recently, and over the years, they've just gotten really comfortable in terms of disrespecting their fans with these concerts and with these shows. They've been doing things like showing up hours late for shows. They've been canceling shows last minute, leaving shows halfway through, giving half-ass performances, giving performances where they're obviously not fully there, just doing a whole bunch of stuff that's just like really disrespectful to the fans and facing no real repercussions for these actions. And all the things I listed are not rare occurrences in rap. You can hear a story about this happening to pretty much any rap fan who's ever tried to buy a concert or is at least like a somewhat active concert goer.
There's a lot of rap shows that I'm grateful that I had relationships with the actual rappers or the labels to be a part of in terms of going to see them, because I would have never paid for it. I'm talking about just from the perspective of someone who's a fan of what you do. I want to see what I cannot experience at home listening to you in my headphones. And hopefully when I come out to this show, there's some kind of stage production. I mean, you got the budget for it. Hopefully the sound's A1. I mean, it better be A1 if I'm paying a certain amount of money to get these tickets. I see some of these performances that get captured on cell phones and I'm like, damn, y'all pay for that.
Every single rap fan who's a consistent concert goer has some sort of story like this. I've been a concert goer for maybe like a year. I've been to 2 concerts recently. I was never much of a concert guy. And the one concert that I really wanted to go to, the Playboi Carti one, ended up being canceled literally one song into Playboi Carti. Now, I don't believe it was his fault. There was something wrong with like the production, like something wrong with the speakers. One of the speakers like popped or something. But yeah, we literally got one Playboi Carti song and it was supposed to get rescheduled and it's been almost 2 years. So I
imagine. No disrespect to Playboi Carti. You get ready for a show. You bought the tickets months in advance. Y'all went through the preparation. Maybe they went to the mall to get your fit for the show. You invested in the gas to get to the show. You finally get to the show. Maybe there's some openers on that particular show and you get some food and you're doing all of this spending just for the headlining act to do one song and leave. Did he at least say my bad?
We had to stand outside and wait for him for quite literally 2 hours after.
All right, so you just hear that. So that was Curtis King TV. I think the other person who he's reacting to is I Used to Be Paid. He gave some very interesting, stories about going to concerts lately, and that's why I feel like a lot of people wants to go to festivals. But speaking of festivals, the concert attendees respond to cancellations of Las Vegas Lovers and Friends Festival due to potential weather hazards from strong winds. My flight just landed and the first text is Lovers and Friends is canceled.
Yo, Lovers and Friends just got canceled because of wind. Ultra Miami had a fucking storm, basically a tsunami, and Ultra said, no, fuck that, we're gonna make shit happen. If there's one thing I've learned, I do not trust hip-hop festivals. They be on that bullshit.
I'm just as disappointed as you are. We were getting ready to turn up and celebrate today. I have to follow the orders of city officials and the National Weather Service for everyone's protection and stand strong in my belief that everything happens for a reason. I'm sorry we won't get to see each other today, but know that I am always working on something to express my heartfelt gratitude for each and every one of you who continues to support me. I'll see you soon. So this is what Usher said. A lot of people are not believing this. They're thinking that something's up with the money. They probably couldn't afford it. Everybody's going through hard times as well, as the fans and as well as the performers. A lot of them don't want to admit it, but we are in a silent depression. I said that a million times, and I do believe that that's probably one of the reasons right now. The money is not money, like all the YouTubers and all the social media people say. So I want you guys to see the Lovers and Friends. They did had a long they had a long list of people, and man, their prices for their hotel and ticket packages was pretty cool. That was pretty good, very decent. But like I state, they did had like a long list of people to come there, of artists and singers. And I'm trying to figure out like what's going on. Why is all of a sudden that the weather is a problem? And I do believe that it was because a lot of artists had bagged out. There were artists that did bagged out on this on this festival. So I don't think it was the weather. And then another thing too is a lot of people don't want to admit times are very hard after 2020. 2020 has really did put a dent in a lot of people's wallets, and a lot of people don't want to admit that they can't afford things. And that's why I brought out, Ice Spice. She needs to be careful as to who she's talking to. Not everybody is your friend. And I know you want to vent and stuff like that, but you got to know how to carry yourself out here, well, with around others, because they're going to expose you. And not only that, you're still an up and coming artist. So right now, the reason why I'm saying all this, it's hard for artists to get their name out there. It's hard for artists now, even though you got social media, but a lot of people are just on social media. They're not physically coming out supporting. And everybody's on hard times. That's all I can say. And in America don't want to admit it, but we're on a solid depression. Nobody wants to talk about it, have this talk, but this is what's going on with the concerts. There's a lot of cutbacks. They got to pay everybody who they're going on tour with. And unfortunately, a lot of these artists are not getting. You got to be careful as to how the way you carry yourself with text messages, talking to people, especially text messages. Do not text your business with anybody, especially if you're an up and coming artist, because you don't want to hurt your bag. Because she exposed a lot. She didn't just talk about Nicki Minaj, but she also talked about the guy, Riot, who is her boyfriend that's supporting her. So let me know what y'all think down below in the comment area with these concert tickets. Baby Storme exposing Ice Spice. I want to know what's your viewpoint on it. But as for now, see y'all later. Peace.
Sharing all their money got me wearing fly. Girl, but I ain't asking. They say they love my ass and 7 G's to religion. I say no, but they keep giving, so I keep on taking. And no, I ain't taking. We can keep on taking. I keep on demonstrating my love, my love, my love, my love. You love my lady lumps, my hump, my hump, my hump. My humps, they got you. Got you, they got you. They got you, got you, they got you.